I think the thing that I'm trying to point to with the idea of an adaptation buffer is that a lot of the ways that we, specifically if we're talking about these misuse risks. So are there going to be terrorists who build a bioweapon? Are there going to be hackers in their basements who can suddenly bring down the US power grid? A lot of the things we can do about that don't actually relate to AI. They relate to what is going on in society. Or if they do relate to AI, it's not actually the frontier model. So it's like, can you use AI tools to look at, large scale disease monitoring data, for example, and notice anomalies or something like that. For bioweapons, it's like, if you talk to people who work in biosecurity and bioterrorism, there's a lot of stuff that has nothing to do with AI, nothing to do even with biomaterials. It's things like, who is the FBI tracking? How good are they at detecting plots before they get very far? So yeah, I think certainly as the technology advances, there will be sort of new defensive tools that become available to us, and we should make use of those. But I sometimes think that the discussion here gets too focused on only those, as opposed to looking at kind of broader parts of the picture. And, if we're talking about the AI tools, I think a huge part of the discussion needs to be about the application and dissemination of those tools. So for example, in cyber, I think it's sort of less a question of what can the absolute most advanced model do for cyber defense, and more a question of how can you have well-designed, ready to ship, defensive tools that you can get in the hands of operators who are not very sophisticated on AI. So people who are running your water treatment plants and your power grid and your chemical plants and so on. How do you have those, even if they are AI related, it's not a kind of capabilities question, it's more of a dissemination application question for how you get those defenses kind of out and into the real world.